Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. Now I know I haven't posted one of these news updates in a while, and lately we've been getting a ton of information regarding XDefiant as the marketing machine kicks into full gear ahead of the launch of the game. So I figured I would just let it all build up and cover it all in one shot for you guys. One neat little video, everything that you guys need to know about the launch of XDefiant, the preseason, and the future of year one. This one's going to be a long one, but without further ado, let's jump into all the details. Starting off here, we have the official launch trailer for XDefiant, and this opening cinematic section is just breathtaking. It really shows off the vibe of XDefiant as well as highlighting all the different factions and their abilities, and just really has an epic feel to it. I hope that in the future we see a lot more of these style of cinematics, as in the past we didn't really get a lot of these, but I think this one came out really well.
Activating sonar. Enemy attack! Enemy spotted! Multiple kills confirmed.
They'll never see us coming.
Look out!
Target spotted.
Flashbang out. Look up. Here they come!
Fire up high!
Yeah, that's it!
With the launch of XDefiant looming, of course, preloads went live on all platforms earlier this week, so make sure you guys get in and download that as soon as possible. If you did keep the application from the past tests like the betas and stuff installed on your system, it will just be a very small update, only a couple gigs, and everything should be up to date for you guys ready to jump in. But for those of you who haven't downloaded the game already, it's going to require 35 gigs of storage, so if you have a slow internet connection, make sure you get on that ASAP. As well, for my non-console players, over on their Twitter, they did end up dropping a list of PC specs at multiple performance tiers, so for those of you guys who want to make sure you meet the minimum requirements to play the game, or for those of you who want to plan future upgrades to your rig, consider this a good reference for that. As well, they put out this graphic with all their official servers for XDefiant, so for those of you wondering where your nearest server is located, you can reference this handy little graphic. As well, they put out a graphic with the server opening times for the major regions. As well, they announced the return of XDebrief, the developer blog covering all the latest news in XDefiant. And with their inaugural episode, they did interview Mark Rubin, who gave his thoughts on SBMM, and I'll play that clip for you guys now.
Speaking of what makes a good first-person shooter, I know you've made some very specific decisions with XDefiant, one of them being no skill-based matchmaking. Now, for folks who might not be familiar, what exactly is skill-based matchmaking, and why did you decide that it wasn't right for XDefiant?
Okay, so skill-based matchmaking, also known as oftenly as SBMM, basically where the game decides that you have a certain skill level after it kind of watches you play for a few matches, and then matches you up with people who are equivalent on your skill level. Now, in the olden days, it was pretty light and didn't really intrude too much into the game. It has become something that is more what they call actually engagement-based matchmaking now, where it sort of is like an AI that's monitoring your behavior and going, okay, this person's getting beaten too many times and we think they might quit, so we're going to make the game easier for them, and then you'll get a game where you win, and then it'll bring you back to the playing against the same people you were playing before. And the thing with all that, besides the whole sort of morality of it, is that I think it creates a stale experience, right? Like you keep playing against the same exact people, not the same exact people specifically, but the same exact type of player. You lose out on all the fun variety that I think a lot of the old school shooters had. Like you jump into a match and you can see a guy in there who's just wrecking, right? And he is just absolutely destroying, and you're kind of having fun with it because he's just so good, or she. And then you get into another game where you're the person who's wrecking, right? Like, and that experience, that variety is really what I think is missing in a lot of some of the modern arcade shooters, and I think it's something that we really feel is important to bring back to first-person shooters.
So as you can see from that clip there, Mike Rubin and the team over at XDefiant have some pretty strong thoughts about how matchmaking in XDefiant should be handled, and so earlier this week they put out a blog post covering the matchmaking factors and what the matchmaker considers for both casual play and ranked play. And so as we can see here, in order of importance for casual play, the matchmaker is considering first and foremost latency, then blocked players in that it restricts matchmaking between any players currently avoiding one another through blocking. Then after that it's party size, as it prefers to match parties against parties of similar size. Then region, matching players from the same region or language. Then input device, then platform, and then it's slightly different for rank play as it primarily concerns itself with rank points first and foremost, then latency, then party size, then region, input device, and lastly platform. And so additionally, once a lobby is populated, the teams are balanced based on player skill rating, which you can find in your player profile. Casual lobby does not use skill to determine who gets into the game, but once everyone shows up, it balances the teams for a fun match. And as well, certain playlists will be using input device locking, such as rank. When players start matchmaking, the input device they are using becomes locked in and cannot be switched without leaving the lobby. This is to prevent players from intentionally joining with the wrong input device to trick the matchmaker. And later in year 1, they do plan to implement lobby persistence in casual playlists. Basically, this means that after a game concludes, the lobby will not disband, the same players will stay in the same lobby, and the teams will be shuffled again before a new match starts. And as well, for those of you guys looking to turn off input-based matchmaking and crossplay, as always, you can find those toggles in the matchmaking and account settings, except for those of you on Xbox will have to do that in the Xbox settings itself rather than in-game, as Microsoft does not allow them to implement that toggle into the Xbox build of the game. Available on launch for everyone to use day 1 will be the Echelon, Phantom, Cleaners, and Libertad factions, with DeadSec being the sole unlockable faction. As far as maps go, we have a collection of 14 maps, 10 arena and 4 progression in Arena, Attica Heights, Dembo, Echelon HQ, Emporium, Liberty, Mayday, Meltdown, Midway, Noodleplex, Pueblito, Showtime, Times Square, and Zoo. As far as modes go, we've got 5 modes in Domination, Hotshot, Occupy, Escort, and Zone Control. But as well, as I had previously covered on the channel, there is going to be a mock rank playlist for those of you who would prefer to play 4v4 with the competitive rule set. That will be available for you guys to play ahead of the launch of rank in Season 1. As well, in terms of rewards, those of you who have been around for a while, the pre-alpha skins from 2021 will be available, as well as all the rewards for participation in the insider sessions, as well as items unlocked from the battle passes during the betas, and rewards from the server test session will all be available for you guys to use at launch. And following the 6-week preseason, on the week of July 2nd, we'll see the launch of Season 1, details of which I already covered in a YouTube video that will be linked on screen now. But real quickly, I'll just recap everything we know that is coming with Season 1 so far, that being the GSK faction and 3 new weapons in the Sawed-Off Shotgun, the LVOAC, and the L96. As well as 3 maps and a 90 tier battle pass. And with every season lasting 3 months, we're set to have 4 seasons in the first year for a total of 4 factions, 12 weapons, and 12 maps, meaning we'll nearly double the faction and map count in XDefiant by the end of year 1, as well as add 12 new weapons to the already impressive arsenal of XDefiant. And as well, an important note about the founders packs that had been previously leaked, those are going to be coming on launch day. And so if you guys want a chance to win a free founders pack, head over to my Twitter, that's going to be linked in the description, and make sure you enter in my giveaway for that. As well, that's not all in terms of preseason content. Earlier this week, they did announce details on their Twitch Drops program for the preseason, including a new set of skins to unlock every single week for watching Twitch streams. And this program is going to be kicking off before the game even goes live, as if you watch the official Ubisoft Twitch channel starting at 12 p.m. Eastern or 9 a.m. Pacific on Tuesday, if you watch 30 minutes of the XDefiant All-Star Series Final, you'll be able to get this pump action victory animation. And as well, once you get this pump action victory animation, why don't you head over to my channel, twitch.tv/Crew37, where I will be streaming the game live with drops enabled. If you watch 30, 60, and 90 minutes, you'll be getting these exclusive rewards for use in-game. As well as releasing details on their Twitch Drops program, they also released some info in a blog post about monetization in XDefiant, where they detailed that there would not be pay to win. So as far as any game-altering content goes, in terms of factions, abilities, guns, none of that stuff is going to be paywalled. It's all going to be free to unlock for you guys. For example, the DeadSec faction in preseason will be purchasable via a store bundle, or you can unlock it via acquiring 700,000 XP in game, a challenge that was previously available to those who played the beta, so a lot of you guys might have already completed this. As well, they plan to reward your time with free battle pass rewards, in-game daily and weekly challenges, Ubisoft Connect challenges, weapon mastery that will be receiving multiple updates over the years, and community participation rewards like Twitch drops, giveaways, and in-game events. With a strong focus on customization, they plan to include character skins, weapon skins, MVP player animations, player cards, and emoji packs, as well as more in the future. So in terms of premium offerings that you can find in the store upon launch will be the premium battle pass, character cosmetics, weapon cosmetics, faction unlocks, player card backgrounds, player animations, and emoji packs, as well as the free to unlock content that I had previously covered. But there you guys have it. That's everything you need to know in terms of XDefiant going into the preseason as well as year one. If you guys could please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel, that would be greatly appreciated. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace out.